Welcome back to this channel. If you are new to this, hit the subscription button and press the bell icon. In this session, we will learn class, variable, function, object and stream.
Holy Grail.
Class. At its most basic level, a class is a collection of variables and functions called method. A program is a collection of classes. You can observe here the syntax of how to declare and use a class. Class, class name, followed by parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, we write functions, we declare variables, we define functions and methods, and so on we can do it. When declaring a class, the name should always start with a capital letter, as I said in the previous video. This signifies to certain compiler and human readers of your code also that it is a class or other similarly behaved structure that you will learn about later if you wish to use a compound phrase, example my class. As your class name, you should write in camel case. That is, this means you should capitalize each word and remove space between words. As you can see in that example, my class M is capital and C is capital. Note that class name cannot begin with numbers or contain any phrases or even spaces in the beginning. Now let us study what is variable. Think of this as same as a name, that is identifier that points to reference a location in memory where information associated with that name can be stored. In Java, it is a best practice to always start variable names with a lowercase and use camel case for variable names composed from compound phrases. Variable names cannot contain spaces or special characters. It is a general idea that how should we declare a variable. But we can include the underscores. Though they can contain numbers, a variable that is a member of a class is called a field. Each variable has a data type associated with it, which essentially restricts that variable is allowed to reference. This means your code will not work if you attempt to perform operation on your variable that aren't allowed for that data type. To declare variable name, for example, my variable. Here you can observe it starts with lowercase my and followed by camel case, that is uppercase starting variable v. Having the data type, we write the following. That is the syntax data type my variable. The data type can be anything like int, float, double, string, char, and followed by the variable name and ends with semicolon. If we want to declare a variable of data type named myvar1 and initialize it to be value, you can go through the syntax. Data type myvar1 is equal to value. It specifies, just imagine that int myvar1 is equal to 10 semicolon. This is how we declare a variable. Now let us study what is a function. Function is just a sequence of packaged instructions that perform a task. Method. In object-oriented programming, a method is type of function that operates on the fields of a class. That is, here you can see the syntax. Int my method parenthesis followed by flower brackets. Inside that, we can go on writing our defining the function, that is declaring the variable and performing some task. And similarly, void my method. The difference you can see is int my method returns some value, where void my method does not return any value, but it will print the output there itself. Object. An object is an instance or variable of a class. Think of this as the flow of data from one place to another. Most of our challenges, that is, we have said, as we said in the previous video, we will start the HackerRank solutions. These challenges require you to read input from system.in, that is standard input streams, and write output to standard output, that is std out. that is standard output, where we use system.out. In Java, the scanner class is widely used to read input, but also we can use buffer class also. But each language has its own mechanism for handling IO, that is input and output. The syntax for reading from standard input, you just don't confuse with the word stdin and stdout, where you will find the challenges. You will be given as you must perform stdin and stdout. That is just a keyword to tell you to use standard input and standard output formats, that is system.in the inside the scanner class and system.out.println such things. You can just go through this syntax, that is scanner, scan is equal to new scanner, in parentheses system.in. This is a standard input format, where scanner stands for the class, scan stands for object, object the scan object is of scanner class is equal to new scanner of system.in. This creates a new scanner object that reads from the system.in stream and can be accessed using the variable name scan. To read in information from standard input, you just need to apply scanners method to use your scanner object. Here are two basic examples you can see. Scan.next. It returns the next token of input. Scan.hasNext returns true if there is another token of input. You just observe this thing. Scan.hasNext. We will use more often this syntax. Next, scan.nextLine. It returns the next line of input. Scan.hasNextLine returns true if there is another line of input. So this is how we use the stream. When you have finished reading from an input stream, that is a scanner class, you should close it to avoid a resource leak. The following line of code closes the scanner object reference by the scan variable. As we saw in the previous slide, we created an object scan of the class scanner. So we need to close that thing. So we just want to put a syntax scan.close parenthesis semicolon. Let's say we want to assign a value received from stdin to some string that we will name s and then print it. We can accomplish this with the following code. Scanner, scan is equal to new scanner, system.in. It opens the scanner. Next, string s is equal to scan.next. So it reads the next token and save it to s. Next, scan.close. So here the scan object, the working of scan object is ended. So scan.close closes the scanner. Next, system.out.println. That is standard output. It prints the s to system.out followed by a new line. If you just put system.out.print, it will be like print s to system.out. Just that's it. It will not go to the next line. If you just suffix it with by ln, it will go to the next line. If the input token is high exclamatory mark, the above code will print high exclamatory mark. You can also print text in code using system.out.println or combine quoted text with a variable. That is system.out.println. Whatever you write in the semicolons will be printed as it is here in the output screen, followed by plus. Plus is nothing but a concatenating operator which concatenates two strings as we discussed in the previous video. Input received is a string, and in Java everything it assumes to be a string. So plus s refers to the, it will concatenate s with the input received. So output will be like system.out.println with output input received colon s. S refers to high exclamatory mark. I hope that you have understood the concept of class, variable, function, object and stream. So now let us solve the HackerRank solution, that is HackerRank problem from the 30 days of code challenge. Let's start with the day 0 in the next video. I will be tagging the video in this video's description. So check out the description and go through the video.